Hello and welcome back to Down the Track. Today we will be discussing the game between England and Pakistan, a new look England side, but the result doesn't say that at all. This is a completely some 7, 8 new players that we never really heard of playing this pretty solid Pakistan side, but they Pakistan just crumpled very with barely any kind of fight in them. So we'll kind of analyze this game and kind of go through as how things went on. Of course, I have with me the main host, the main man, Musti here. Musti, your thoughts on the game, man? What is this? What just happened?
I was taken by complete surprise. I woke up, I saw the toss, the team's selection, and I'm like, what is this England team? Like then I realized, yesterday they had to change the whole team because of the COVID, and Ben Stokes is leading a bunch of boys. I thought it was going to be an easy win for Pakistan, to be very honest with you, because we talk about gelling as well. Like this England, we haven't seen these players play together, and we haven't seen some of the players at all. Like unless you follow the county championship, there's a few players that I do recognize, like Saqhib Mahmood. He's a fantastic bowler for Lancashire, but a lot of players that I didn't know. I've seen a few here and there, but like they haven't played themselves together. So I thought it was going to be easy win. Pakistan looked like a much better team. We saw what they did to South Africa when South Africa played like a second string side. So I expected Pakistan, to put runs on the board, 250, 300, and get England all out. But it was a good batting pitch. But it was Saqhib Mahmood. He just broke the whole batting order. When you get Imamullah and Babar Azam for 0, that's the game. And then even Rizwan, 13 runs. Once you get those three players out, I think Fakhar Zaman tried his best, but apart from that, it's very difficult. Babar Azam is kind of that glue. Rizwan is also a man in form, so they depend on these two batsmen. Once they got out, it was always downhill. 20 for 4, and then 80 for 6, 80 for 7. Then Shadab with a cameo, but it wasn't enough. I think the way Saqib bowled, I think bowled brilliantly to the left-handers in particular. He was getting it to shape, getting it in, and then shaping out just a touch, and he's getting those LBWs. I think he bowled beautifully. Pakistan just swing, a bit of swing here and there. It's been a problem for subcontinent batsmen. Again, it's been a problem. Application as well. Like it'll take time. I think they will get back into this series. There's some quality players there, but they'll be very, very disappointed with this because the way England batted in the second innings, it looked like a good pitch to bat on.
Yeah, 100%. I think it was a great and like you said, I mean, Saqib coming in and breaking the back of the first over, taking out 2 important wickets in Imam and Babar, really kind of on the back foot from there. And then with 26 out for 4, it was just really after that a matter of just trying to see how much you could get at one point, and 140 obviously was never enough. And like you said, I mean, England in terms of the bowling, Saqib was great. There's players like this for me, honestly, personally, Lewis Gregory, Braden Cors, Matt Parkinson. These are players that I barely heard of. I've heard
Parkinson
of
Saqib. Actually impressed me a lot. He's a leg spinner. Today, I have never seen him, to be honest. But the way he was tossing the ball, I think there's a drop catch off him as well. He was tossing the ball up. He showed composure. And, it's difficult. Look at his figures. 28 runs, 2 wickets, 7 overs, 4-run economy against a subcontinent side who plays spin well on an English wicket where you won't have as much assistance. So I think he really impressed me. We haven't seen this place, but there's one guy, I think we've seen him in 2018 or 17 in the Ashes, and he's back now. I think he's a much better player, Craig Overton. I think this guy's an excellent all-rounder. I don't want to say he's the next Ben Stokes, but I think he will be a very, very good, prodigy to have, get him into this team. I think he'll play a big role for England in the coming years.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Overton was one of the other players, and like I said, only Saqib and Overton were the players that I've really heard of and played with or whatever. I'm not played with, but
you played with them.
Yeah? I wish. But I heard of and I've seen them play per se. But like I said, the Parkinson and these Gregory guys, and they've never really heard of them. So this is a side that is in with due respect, the second string side, right? So for Pakistan to be blown out the way they did, with the Pakistan being a solid side, they have all of their good players, the likes of Afridi, the likes of Haris Rauf, they have Babar, Hassan Ali, they have what's his name? Saqib, what's his name? Forgot his name.
Rizwan,
Rizwan, and then Fakhar Zaman as well. Pretty much a solid side. Shadab Khan is there as well. So they have a proper side. So for them to to kind of fight, kind of just get blown away without even a fight in this game is very, very disappointing. And this is something you see with Pakistan. When you expect them to perform, they just completely blow away.
Yeah,
when they kind of when you're like, okay, you know what, Pakistan's going to lose, and suddenly they come up with like match-winning performances and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think the pressure is something that they really can't take. It's something that maybe they have to start thinking of their mental side of things as well. Maybe bring in a coach that can really help that side of things, because there's something needs to be done. This is a quality side. I mean, you can't keep getting blown away like this every now and again. And
consistency is the key.
Biggest
Concentration.
problem.
This is a similar team that beat England in the World Cup, right? They put on 350 on the board, and it's also the same team got all out West Indies 80, and then now against this team, I think it is very shocking. I will be still surprised if they don't win the series, Pakistan. I think they have enough in the tank. They'll have to fight back. One thing that I want to discuss is Babar Azam. I don't know if captaincy is the right thing. Maybe it's a too early call for me right now by saying that he might win the T20 World Cup, and I'll have to eat my words. But I just feel that similar to Kohli, I think he should focus on his batting. Maybe give Rizwan the captaincy. He captained well in the PSL as well. We've seen him in Babar's absence as well, captaining Pakistan, winning games. So I think that's something that they should look towards, because I just feel it's too much on his plate, and it hasn't affected his batting too much. Today he got out for 0. I think it's the first duck I've seen Babar Azam in the last maybe 2 years. But I just feel it's something that they'll have to look at going into big tournaments.
I was actually meeting a lot of my friends who follow Pakistan cricket closely over the past weekend, because I had a wedding that I had to go to and stuff like that. And every single one of them has said the exact same thing that you said. Babar Azam should be a pure batsman like Virat, and Rizwan should be captain because he's shrewd like Dhoni. I mean, I don't know if he's like Dhoni or anything, because that's a very, very big mantle. And sometimes these Pakistani fans get a little excited. But I genuinely think that that's a good idea.
You don't even need to look too far behind. You just look at Sarfaraz. He wasn't your best player, right? Even at that time, he wasn't your best player. You still had other players in the team. You had Hafiz, you had Shoaib Malik, you had everyone. But you went with Sarfaraz. Yes, he had one big problem, is to shout at his players too much on the field, I felt. But tactically, he was very shrewd. He knew exactly when to make decisions. They won a Champions Trophy with a team which they shouldn't have really won with. That was a team getting into it. Now they're a more settled side, in that sense. But at that time, we didn't know too much apart from Mohammad Amir and stuff. And he won the Champions Trophy with that team. So, knocked over the likes of England and India. So you don't have to be the best player to be captain. And I feel that's something that Pakistan should look towards. Apart from that, the bowlers also didn't hit the mark. I think Shaheen Afridi, good few overs in the beginning, even Hassan Ali, but then they started to miss their mark. Need to be a bit more accurate. Sometimes you get English conditions, you get a bit overexcited in terms of that, and it becomes difficult to control the ball. They should take that Saqhib Mahmood spell as a learning curve. You need to be a bit consistent, and then the ball will do itself. And yes, batting first is a bit more difficult because there is some moisture there, but still 140 was a bit too much. I think they should have at least targeted 250, 300.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yep.
Looking forward to seeing what's going to come through with this Pakistan side.
It's going to be, I think it's going to be a lot of, it's a fun series because this England team has shown under Ben Stokes that these guys can play, and just shows how much. I think this is not even the second, this is like the third string team. There's so many players missing, right? If they can win the series with this team, this England ODI and T20 unit is going to be just unbelievable. Right now, right now they have the best resources in the world, I think, in terms of limited overs cricket. We talk about the IPL, we talk about the PSL, but it's the NatWest T20 Blast which is producing all these players, and I think they're the best white ball squad right now.
I agree. I think it's hard to disagree with that one.
Yeah, man. I think thanks for joining me. Hopefully I'll catch you after the next match, and take care. Enjoy the games.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.